Alright, so Granblue Versus Rising has just released, and we got something pretty special, a free version with 4 characters, 3 of them being rotation, 1 of them being our boy Gran, our main protagonist. And with this free version, we actually get access to quite a lot of modes, which include arcade mode, first part of the story mode, and you even have some online modes like lobby, ranked, and casual. But the one thing I actually wanted to talk about today is what you can do inside the game to learn how to play better. So you might have already seen guides that tell you what mechanics are in the game, what buttons and stuff, but you need to be able to practice them, right? So usually in fighting games we'll give you something that's called the training mode, which is in this free version of the game, so you can use any of the characters that you can play as. So what I wanted to be able to show in this video is what features that are in the training mode and how you can use them to start your journey and in getting good in this game. So right now we're on the main menu of the game. We have this is a fresh install of the free version in the PS4. You can go through the options. So we got the online mode. We even got the Fall Guys mode thingy. You can customize your profile, which you don't have. Sadly, you don't have much customization available. Community stuff. Yeah. Let's go into training mode then. So we just got inside the training mode, and we got a little bit of some text boxes explaining what you can do with it, and yeah, we're gonna go through it very fast. So once you get into the training mode for the first time, you do get a large option of tutorial stuff to do. You can learn the basic stuff like character movements, attacking, blocking, skills, the raging strikes, which are the unique mechanics of Granblue Versus Rising, and you can also just start moving around as you please. So the first time you get into the training mode, you get prompted to get into this menu, which is called the situational training, and you can learn a bunch of shit about this game. So first thing, the first page on it, it's like just basic trials. You can test stuff. You can start learning stuff like just basic movements, and every time you choose one of these trials, you can actually set how many attempts you want to do on them. For example, if it's an easy trial, you think you can get the gist of it pretty fast, you just choose one. But if it's something that you think you're gonna need to try again and again and again, you can go for a higher number. You can also change which character you're gonna be using, stage, and even music if you have it turned on. So a lot of the stuff in this first page is like, you got stuff like the dashing and backdashing, triple attacks, dash attacks, which you're probably already seen in some beginner's guide videos, which there are a lot of right now. But this is all stuff you can learn directly inside the game, which is the focus of this video. So after this, you get some of the trials, which teach you more intermediate stuff like hit confirming, blocking in the right direction, performing a just block, counter a crossover. And this is one of the most interesting parts of training mode for Granblue, which is you have some character strategy trials which are specific for certain characters. So sadly, in free version you only have the Gran ones. So for example, in this one you can so for example, in this one you can try doing this simple follow-up thing with Gran. And one thing that I find really interesting about these trials is that they always leave you something for you to figure out on your own. And they'll basically give you a problem, and you can try and find a new solution to that problem. And just because you find one solution doesn't mean that it might be the best one or the most optimal one. So you're free to keep pushing through and find some other options. And that's even more obvious in the matchup training. So if you have a character that you're struggling against, let's just let's just pretend we're struggling against Gran here. So punish, overdrive, search, follow up. So the game will try to give you a specific trial based on something that character does a lot, and you're tasked with trying to respond to it. So Gran here, he likes going for this attack, so you want to be able to learn how to punish it. So that would be one way. But you can also try, for example, this basically gives you a combo, just doing just following up with normals instead of DP. So you got a lot of freedom to just practice whatever option you think is best, or whatever is just comfortable for you at the moment. So when you're done with these tutorials, you can you're free to start using the training mode proper, where you can just try everything that you'll ever want in this game, and you have a lot of features to make that better for you. For example, so some of the features that are staples in training modes in fighting games are like you can manipulate what health you have on your characters. You can set if you want like the skill cooldowns to be fast or the same as in the original game in a normal match. If you're trying to figure out, for example, if your combo has any gaps that your opponent can block, you can set the after the initial hit, for example. You can also fine tune a lot of things. You might not want to mess with all of these settings, but if you want, you can definitely simulate a lot of scenarios. And if you have a friend with you, you can even set the dummy into a second controller, so you can train together, try out a lot of stuff without using the automatic settings. But another thing I wanted to show, which inspired me to do this video, is the character guides. So usually in a fighter game, when you pause, you always have the command list for the character. And back in the day, in older fighting games, you would just get the exact list of moves and their inputs, and not much else. You wouldn't even get like straight information on what the attacks would do. But in here, you can see, we can go through Gran's attacks. You always have a video that shows the attack happening. You have some text that explains what it does and what using different buttons do, because most attacks have different versions depending on which buttons are you using. You can even get some extra details if you're inclined to study. So for example, this is the Rising Sword, so it's Gran's upper anti-air sword move. You can see it's always a strike attack, but if you do it with the triangle or the circle, you get invincible startup. You can switch between technical and simple input depending on what you're using. So we have we also have the Skybound arts, the supers. And you get the character explanation. So every character you pick here, you'll be able to see a short explanation of what kind of character they are. So in this case, Gran is an all-rounder equipped with easy-to-use techniques such as projectiles, anti-airs, and rush down skills. He shines most at close range, and pressing squared, we can see some suggestions about what moves should you do in certain situations. So up close, you probably want to use square, this light punch attack. You can circle through the arrows to see some extra stuff. So like quick recovery, you probably want to do the crouching medium for damage. So can also, so here at a distance, the game recommends you using the fireball. Fence checker, so when when you're being jumped at, you can use the DP, or the crouching heavy. So yeah, you get a lot of good hints about where to start with these characters, and of course you got the combos. So you got some basic combos, anti-air combos, practical combos, and if you pick any of these, so let's try and pick this. We can see a sample. So this is a very simple grand combo. This is basically what I do all the time if I can get. So you can go and start the trial, and we can do our little training here. And yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Once you start feeling pretty comfortable with it, you can try hopping in some casual matches, even some ranked if you're feeling pretty bold. And once you feel like maybe what the game is giving you isn't advanced enough for you in the future, you can go and try to research sites like Dustloop, which give you a very detailed information about characters and optimal combos. And once you start getting a real grasp on the game and all the options that are available to you, maybe you can start looking at your own replays, trying to see what you could do better in such situations. You can even start looking at professional players. A lot of people are already playing this game in online tournaments. And yeah, I hope everyone is having a good time with this great game, and hope to see you all online very soon. This has been Kubo, and Tamanya.